In this 25th anniversary year of September 11th, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation continues to honor America's heroes. Heroes like Fire Lieutenant Michael Wells, who was inspired by 9/11 to serve his community. After 14 dedicated years of service, he lost his battle with occupational cancer, leaving behind his wife, Katie, and their 3 children. Tunnel to Towers honored Lieutenant Wells by paying off the family's mortgage in recognition of his sacrifices. Donate $11 monthly and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Okay, let's go to Nick Howard now.
Yep, and we got a little music bringing.
Oh, let's do that.
And joining us now is Nick Howard. He is the CEO of the Queen Elizabeth September 11th Memorial Garden. And Nick, we're so happy to have you here. I've been watching the King all day. It's been quite incredible to see him there in Washington.
And my daughter has been
that's right
in Congress today watching the King, and she says the speech was excellent.
He was great. I mean, talk about history. How beautiful. Nick, what did you make of this historic moment that AJ got to watch and the world was watching?
Well, I think it was a very good speech made by King Charles. He's a good speaker, and as somebody pointed out earlier in the show, it's pretty rare in the joint houses of Congress to see Republicans and Democrats on their feet applauding the speaker. So that was a rare moment, and it was good to see. But it's a very strong speech, really aimed at to making clear that everybody that this is the indispensable relationship, the key alliance in the Western world. And I think the King laid that out pretty clearly, and the speech was well received.
Yeah, boy, it was like everybody was standing. And talk about now, tonight, there's a huge state dinner in Washington, and then he comes to New York. Kind of give us the sense of the rest of the itinerary.
Yes, well, tonight is the state dinner at the White House. It really, if you will, like a return invite. If you remember, President Trump and a significant group of both political leaders and business leaders went to the UK last year and were received by the King at the state dinner there. This is the return invitation, and it's a very, I think it's a fairly similar crowd that have been invited, and it'll be a very strong affair with speeches aimed again at reiterating that this is the absolutely indispensable relationship. And then tomorrow the King and Queen come to New York. There will be several things going on tomorrow, but one of them, and probably the most important, is that the King and Queen will lay a wreath at the 9/11 memorial. John and I and others will be there. And this is obviously for all of the victims of 9/11, but he will be particularly paying attention to the 200 British Commonwealth citizens who were killed in the towers that horrible day. And in fact, we will have a number of families with us, with John and I and others tomorrow, whose family members were killed that day. And there'll be first responders there, leaders from the first responders. There'll be members there from our organization, the Queen Elizabeth II September 11th Memorial Garden, and our donors, of which John has been a very important one of those, along with the New York banks, the British banks, and the Canadian banks. And so it's going to be a very, very emotional, I think. And I think the King is doing a great job on his visit, and I think he'll do another first-class job tomorrow, particularly with the family members who are going to be very pleased to see him. And then later in the day, there's a business meeting between British and U.S. business leaders. The King will be a part of that. And then in the evening, there'll be a dinner hosted by the King's Trust, again, where John has done has been a significant supporter, and all the supporters of the King's Trust in New York.
I think my daughter's going to that one too.
Excellent. Well, it's a packed program, and then they're going on from there to Bermuda, and then home to the UK. So it's very full program, very timely given the geopolitical situation, and the King is making it very clear that this is his indispensable relationship.
Well, that is beautiful. What a powerful testament to both of our countries, to see this moment. And the King he has been treated like the majesty that he is. And everybody loves him. I mean, that's like you just said, it's been so beautiful. And I think at this time in America, it's so nice to have something so unifying, so positive, so historic. It's just an honor.
And John and Rita, if I may, would like to make sure that your listeners know where the Queen Elizabeth Garden is. It's down in Hanover Square in downtown Manhattan, 1 block south of Wall Street. It's next to the famous Harry's Bar, so it's on the eastern side near the East River. And the King Charles is the royal patron, has been involved since the early days, right after 9/11, when he and now Queen Camilla laid the foundation stone. It's a city park, and the city parks do a wonderful job in keeping it in good shape, and it's a lovely place to visit, particularly as the better weather comes upon us. It's a historic part of the city. Alexander Hamilton opened the Bank of New York there, the Federalist Papers were printed there, and Washington, Hamilton, and Knox ran the early U.S. Republic from Federal Hall just down the street. So, lovely place for your listeners to go and visit, John.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, look forward to it very much.
And congrats, Nick. Thank you. How beautiful.
The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18+ bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.